So this is for the guy Shrek and Donkey who wanted to see if Dark Souls could run on the Retroid Pocket Flip 2. And it is possible, but you don't use the PS3, you use Nintendo Switch. And you use the Eden emulator. And I have some, I'm using the Turnip 24.3 9v2 driver. And I have the Eden's Veil setting set up in a specific way. I'll show you in a second. First I'll just demo to show you that it works. Just at the beginning of the game here. It runs at a pretty stable 30 frames per second. And you need a mod and you need a save file, because if you don't mod the game, if you go in a dark area like this, it'll be pitch black dark, but with the mod it lights it up and it looks really good. Yeah, I'll show you how to set up the emulator and the mod and the save file now. So then you're probably wondering what emulator you're going to use. You're going to use Eden emulator right here. But to get Eden emulator, you're going to have to go to their GitHub. So you can use the Reddit. And you can scroll to the emulators section where I have all the emulator links and click on Eden right there. Or you can also go to the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 and you can go to the sidebar, like by clicking on the letters right there where it says r/Retroid Pocket 2 in the flower, you'll get this sidebar and you'll have lots of important links here. So I would click right here on Eden emulator. Either one would work and you'll be brought to their GitHub. Now there is a new Eden emulator 0.0.3. You can download this one, but it's just released a few days ago and they're still working out some bugs. But I'll walk you through both, because you can also just download this, which is the more well-established. It's been around for longer, so there's no bugs, or less bugs, or different bugs, I guess. But they're both development apps, but they're still in alpha stage. But this one is good. It'll let you use any newest Switch firmware, but this one you have to use a little bit older Switch firmware. This firmware has to be. And this one, the new Eden, requires firmware 19.0.1 or older. So just Google like Switch firmware 19.0.1 and download that. And make sure you also download the Switch prod keys and title keys. You don't have to unzip the firmware, but you do have to unzip the prod keys and title keys. So yeah. If you do want to download, I'd recommend getting the newest one. It's pretty good. So I'd go in here, and this is how you download Eden. Once you have the firmware and title keys, you get those off Google, off of any link you can find. And then Eden Android Legacy APK, Optimized APK, and just APK. I don't know which one is the best for our device yet, but I just click on the Eden v0.0.3-rc1.apk right here. Once you click that, you see this, asks you to download, press download, download in progress, and then there you can just go to your downloads, and then in downloads you'll see Eden right here, and you just click that, and then it'll ask you if you want to install, and you just press install. Once you press install, this will show up somewhere on your home screen, and then you just click it. And then if you've never emulated Switch before, in your Eden emulator, you'll have a button right here where you navigate to your games folder. So wherever you keep all your Switch games files, which are legal backups, for example mine are over here, I would go to Switch, and then here I would just press use this folder. And once you do, press that. Sorry, I'll just have to back out of here. Once you do press that, it'll be looking like this. and all your games will show up. And then you just go on Dark Souls and press and hold on the game icon, and then you go to add-ons. I'll delete my add-ons so I can show you how to add them, because mine are already added. But if you want to add the update to the game, which I recommend, I don't know how the game plays without the update, you'd go into your folder where you keep your Dark Souls mods and Switch stuff, and you'd press on Dark Souls Remastered right here, this file, that's the update. Then it installs the update, boom, it's done. So the game will run really nice, but it does have a few issues, but those issues are solved by downloading 2 different files. So we'll go to the Reddit app, and then if you go to the wiki for the r/Retroid Pocket Flip wiki, or you can go to the comment that I left you, and then you can go to the darkness fix mod right here, and the skip name selection save file right here. You just download each of those into your downloads folder on your device. So you click it, then you click this one right here, and then you click this button right here, then you click this button right here. Okay, and you get a zip file. That's good. Now that's in your downloads. So that's a darkness fix mod. Now we'll go to skip name selection save file. Then you press this button right here. Then you download it. And then you're gonna go and you're going to want to create some files or some folders. So I created a folder called Switch Stuff and a folder called Dark Souls. And you're going to want to create one folder called Darkness Mod. And in there, that's where you're going to unzip this mod. And then you're going to have Dark Souls Remastered. That's just, I believe that's just the update. So if you update the game, that's a good idea as well. But yeah, just go to the RAR app. This is how you unzip stuff. You can download that from the Google Play Store. And then you're going to go to Device Storage, Downloads, and you're going to see the Dark Souls Remastered.zip and save data. Go to the .zip 240221, the one at the top, check it off, and click this button. Then click this button. And then you're going to go to that folder that you just made. So mine's on my SD card, Switch Stuff, Dark Souls, Darkness Mod. And you're just going to unzip the Darkness Mod to this folder. Okay. I already have it here, so I'm just going to press cancel. Because that's the XFs folder right there, that's the mod. That's what it looks like when you unzip it. So now that that's in the right place, now you're just going to make sure that the save file is in the right place. So you're going to go back to RAR, then you're going to go back to your device storage. Now you're going to unzip the save file, so you're going to go to downloads. You're going to find that save data right here. Check that off. Then you're going to unzip it, browse. This time you're going to go device storage, Android, then you go to data. Then you're going to go to Eden Emulator. Then you're going to go to files. NAND user save 6B1A52F. Honestly, right here you might see like different numbers and stuff, and those are different game IDs. So the Dark Souls one is the first one you see here, 01004AB00A260000. That's essentially what you're going to see when you unzip it. So you can just press OK here. Okay. But then once it's unzipped, this will show up, the 01004AB. And that is the save file, and that's in the correct place. So you don't even need to have a save file there. That's before even booting up the game. So now that the save file is in the correct place, all we have to do is, and now that the mod is also installed into the device, into a folder somewhere, hopefully, that you can recall where it is, you're going to go into the Eden app, and then you're going to hold on the game image like we did last time. And then just like how we added the update before, we're going to click on add-ons. And then here we're going to click on install plus button. And then we're going to change it to mods and cheats. And then press OK. And then you're going to want to find the folder where you kept the darkness fix mod. And then go into your darkness mod, and right where it says XFs, don't press anything, just press use this folder. Boom. Now, if you go back and then press add-ons again, you'll see both are there. Now you can toggle them on and off. Just keep them both on. And then you're going to go to the GPU driver manager. Click on that, open it up. And this is the driver I'm using that works really well for this game. It's called Mesa Turnip Driver Revision 9v2. And you can get that if you don't know what that is or where to get it. You can also go back to the Reddit and go back to this list like I showed you. And here are where the drivers are. So you can go Turnip 24.3.0 9.2 and click that. It'll bring you to a GitHub, and then you're just going to download this .zip. And leave it as a zip file when you download it. So if I download this, for example, download completed. Now I have that in my downloads, right? Turnip 24.3, just leave it like that, okay? And then when you go into Eden, you're basically just going to click on install. Then you're going to go to your downloads, and you're going to see the Turnip driver right there. Click it, boom, and it adds it in. Driver already installed, because I already installed it. So that's the driver you need. And then to go over the settings for this game, click on the settings. And this is, by the way, the per game settings. So if I go through my different games and I press and hold on Dark Souls, and then I can see these settings and stuff. So then if I go to graphics, I'm going to leave everything default, but I'm going to turn on asynchronous shaders. And if I go to Eden's Veil, extended dynamic state is going to be at 2. Provoking Vortex is on. Descriptor indexing is on. Enhanced frame pacing is on. And used fast GPU time is going to be off. Shader backend is Spir-V. NVDEC emulation is GPU. ASTC decoding method is GPU. ASTC recompression method is BC1 low quality. VRAM usage mode is aggressive. Optimized SPIRV output is on load. Fast CPU time is off. These are all off. Enable LRU cache is on. Synchronize core speed is on. And memory layout is 4 gigabytes. So those will be all your settings, and now you're ready to play. So just to show you, if I press it, it will, or it won't boot up. Let's try it again. Sometimes it does on the first boot. Okay. Looks like it's building shaders. It didn't do that last time I booted it. It's not the worst thing ever. Sometimes it builds shaders before it boots up. Yeah, that's a good. And then that way it doesn't have to build shaders as you go. As you can see, the game does load up, and yeah, runs as it should at 30 FPS. The problem that a lot of people run into is when they create their own character and they create a new game, for some reason, the way the emulator is, doesn't allow you to enter a save file. I can actually delete this save file and show you what it looks like. But this save file is good because it's saved right after the point where you need to put in your name. I made a little bit of progress in the game, so I went past that point. But there you go, the game's working. Wow. Yeah, this game runs great on this device. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. PS3 is just not very good right now for emulation at all. So always use Nintendo Switch or PC for higher end games. Like if there's a PC port of Dark Souls, that would probably work too, but this works as well. This is pretty easy to set up. So let's just delete the save file and show you what it looks like. We're gonna select new game. Yeah. So enter character name, and then it doesn't allow you to do anything. And your game's just frozen. I'm pressing buttons right now and nothing's happening. Yeah. So you don't want to run into that. So that's the only way to get past it that I know of. Apparently some people have fixed it in other ways, but if you just use a save file, it you'll get past it. So yeah, that's how you run Dark Souls on the Retroid Pocket Flip 2. That's the best way I know of to run it. And you can use these other Switch emulators right here that you can see. Citron, Suyu uses Sudachi, Kenji, NX, which is Ryujin, Sumi, or Skyline. I've just used Eden, and Eden is the one that's getting the most development and updates and like has the most work being done on it, it seems like. But Sudachi and Citron have been pretty reliable. I don't know how they work with Dark Souls. I've only tested Dark Souls on Eden and I've got really good results. So I would say stick with Eden, and let us know in the comments if you have any questions or run into any trouble. That should work. It's worked for me, it's worked for others. Take care.
Hello. You don't look hollow. Far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be entered in a land brimming with hollows. Could that... So what do you say? Why not? This pleases me greatly. We are amidst strange beings. The flow of time itself is convoluted. The very fabric there's no telling how much longer, but use this to summon one another as spirits and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind. Oh, hello there. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent. Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a if only I...